Hello, everybody. It's April 23rd, 2026. My name is Xander, and I'm here to solve some puzzles. So let's get to connections. Here we go. Oh, My Neighbor Totoro. Okay, what would Totoro actually be? It's a Ghibli Miyazaki movie. Could these be bands with two extra letters? Asia, Toto, Wham, and then Devo. Yeah, there we go. Devo saying, whip it and all that. Okay, are there any others? Don't think so. I think that's probably going to be purple. Let's check it out. Starting with four-letter 80s bands. Oh, okay. Well, they're also all four letters with two extra letters. Okay. So let's see. You could skirt, flank, neighbor. I was thinking skirt and flank as active actions, like you move around like an army or something. But if you skirt and flank, you could also just be next to something like neighbor and then touch, I guess. Could be that. Pulp fiction, literary fiction, science fiction, historical fiction. Okay. Types of fiction. That sounds blue to me. Anything else? Not that I see. Okay, so touch, neighbor, skirt, flank, and then my very educated mother. That's a mnemonic of something, but I can't remember what it's for. Also, this was green, not blue. I just noticed that. So this is probably blue. Words in, oh, yeah. Planetary mnemonic. Okay. So the first four, we have Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Okay, anyway. Yeah, and then there's this to a butt, I bet. No, to border. Okay. Trickier than usual. Went pretty smooth for me, I think, because I saw the bands immediately. And Totoro was like just such a weird word. I don't know what else it possibly could have been. And then Toto stood out, as did Asia. So yeah, there we go. But this wasn't the lowest one. This one apparently was, which makes sense because it's not even the entire mnemonic. I forget how the rest of it goes. My very educated mother. It would be. Does it include the asteroid belt, or does it go straight to Jupiter? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of an interesting order for these. All right, educated fiction, including instead of pulp. I mean, pulp should have stood out because of the movie, of course. 6 letters. Maybe I think people were going for bands, and they were trying a band called Moth. Germans, okay. I mean, most of these are pretty low. This is the only high one. A lot of people put that in. Interesting. So I think there's probably a big range of diverse mistakes for the rest of it to be a 4 out of 5 difficulty. There we go. That is connections. Let's check the strands. Provinces of the Pantheon. Okay, wisdom. I don't know what the actual provinces are, but there's stuff like that, I assume. Or maybe not. Oh, yeah. So we have the goddess of wisdom, which is Athena, I believe. God of thunder is Thor. Roman. Well, these are Greek, first of all. But I guess they don't have to be, because they all probably have counterparts. But anyway, the R is part of thunder anyway. So I don't see a K. So not Greek. I'm having trouble seeing the word gods. See gold. Okay. So we have thunder, wisdom. What about this H? Harvest, the god of harvest or goddess. That one, I'm not sure who that is. Okay, so something domain. Oh, that's it. Okay, thunder, wisdom, harvest. Is there gold? No. Okay. World. Love. There we go. Two more. Okay. Marriage. Underworld. That's Hades. Okay. All right. That's one better than they have been recently. At least I got this fangram first for the first time in a while. But yeah, I didn't really know all of them. I think I've heard of all of these. I can't think of who the god of marriage or the god of harvest is. All right. And there we go. That is the strands. Let's check the Wordle. Stove. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to put, well, no, I wanted to put an EA, but I already did that. Yeah, I keep thinking of words that are taken, like beset. And also that doesn't work anyway. There's no E there. I can't think of anything that doesn't have one of the letters already taken, so I'm just going to try guessed. All right. So we could have a double E, or what else could go before the T? It could be a P, or maybe even a W. So not inept. We don't have an N. But we could also have an F or a C in front of the T. Theft. Oh. Tweet. Maybe. What else could it be? Not seeing anything else. Let's try that. There we go. All right. Yep, that narrowed it down to one. Yeah, lots of things before that I just couldn't think of. All right, there we go. That's the Wordle. Let's take a look at the pips. Today we have 2 Ains, 1 Rodolfo. Let's check the easy. Greater than 3 and 2. Less than 5 and unequal. Okay, well, we need this here. This is going to have to be that. And then, yeah, here we go. All right, that's the easy. Let's take a look at the medium. Okay, we need another double here and here. 3 sized 3. It's going to have to be 1s. We don't have any 0s. Okay, so we still have 4 4s and 4 3s. They could both go there. Excuse me. But it looks like we're going to need a 4 in this 10 because we only have 1 5. So, maybe not. No, it could still be that, like so. And these go here. There we go. That's the medium. Let's take a look at the hard. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we need to make it 2 here. Well, we could do 200 or 110. They still both technically work. Like so. But I think in both cases, this has to be here. Is there something else it could be? Yeah, I think that is true. So this comes out here. This goes this way. In equivalence, that's not very helpful right now. So this comes out here. Can we do 10 in one domino? We can. Technically, no, we can't, because this 4 would be trapped. So 4, be 4, 6, or 4, 5. This 5 would have to come out here. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one yet. Oh, we have a 17. That's 6, 6, 5. We have 5 6s and 5 5s. So it doesn't narrow it down a ton, but we do have this right here. This probably has to be a 6 5, I would assume. Okay, so less than 3 into this. It needs to connect to a 2, to a 5 or a 6. We still have options for that. This is probably a good candidate for counting, but I kind of suck at that. This needs to come down here. So it could be a 3 6. I don't know. Just the fact that these are so close together, less than 4 and less than 3, makes me want to put these as the closest value to them that's valid, because otherwise these would be able to be switched. That's not much of a justification. Okay, well, now we have less than 3 into a void, greater than 3 into an inequivalence, connected to another greater than 3. What do we have left in terms of greater than 3s? We still have quite a few 6s and 5s. Okay, this is going to need a double. That may need to be 6s, but it could also be 1s. I'd like to put 6s in there because we don't have a ton of use for other 6s, just these 2 greater than 3s plus the 1 and the 10. But of course, the 10 can still be 5 5, which is what I want. Okay, this is broken. Now we only have one thing greater than 3. So what if take these, those there. Where's the 6 6 going to go? I guess it can go there, and then there, and then there, and then there. All right, and that is the hard. Kind of similar to yesterday's solve, where I think yesterday was a little bit more intuitive. This one had some trial and error with this 3 size region here, but it went pretty well overall. So there we go. That was the pips, and that was the daily games. Thank you for joining me. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.